My people, now how on a day? My Biafran people, now how on a day? No time for introduction in this one. My people, no time for introduction. I want you to see our brother, the one they call Rudolph, or aka Dr. Damages. I want you to hear him ask our Prime Minister, Mazza Manekpa, a question about how will Trump support the quest for Biafra. It's already done. But for the naysayers, I want you to listen to the question and the answer given by our Prime Minister. Then I'll come back to address our brother here, Rudolph Okonkwo, known as Dr. Damages. If you are ready, sit back and relax and follow me in this journey. Let's go there. Listen.
We agreed. All right, let's get into that. Something happened in America last Tuesday. There was an election and Trump won.
Yes.
I know that you are in support of Trump. And how do you feel about the outcome of that election?
Very, very happy because, as a matter of fact, I was among international politicians to openly and publicly endorse Donald Trump election.
Yes.
So I'm happy. He needed to come and save the world.
Now, before I go in deep into that, how do you think he is going to help your quest for Biafra?
Well, the United States has a very important role to play in global peace. And what Biafra is doing today is to bring peace and restore stability in Sahel region. So I believe that it is for the interest of America, it is for the interest of the West, and then at the same time for Biafra and African interest. So I believe that the foreign policy of Donald Trump will facilitate the restoration of peace and stability in the Sahel by listening to Biafra people.
Thank you very much, my PM. Let's hold it there a little bit. Trump is coming to drain up the swamp. That's a fact. He is coming to drain the swamp. Most of you might not understand what I'm talking about. Also, it's a mutual interest. According to our Prime Minister, it's a win-win situation for ourselves, America, and the Western world at large. For most of you, you may not understand that in the West African region now, the only country with the highest population of Christians is the land of Biafra. In Biafra, you will find more populations of Christians. That's why you see what is happening now in the north. Those that call themselves the northern Christians, they are losing their homes through IDP camp. The headsmen are coming, Boko Haram are coming, Yakurawa is coming to take over their lands. Those they send to the IDP, they are either Christians or they are those that they see as the infidels. The origins, those that own the land, they are the ones losing their lands in the north. And it's coming all the way down. So it's a win-win for Biafra, Africa, and America. That a Christian country known as Biafra will be able to work hand in hand with America and the world. In the case of Britain, Britain does not care about it. Britain is only after the oil she can get from that place they call Nigeria. But America is fair. And today we have a president, a newly elected president from America that is understanding, caring, and a Christian. So it's going to be a mutual win. This is why they need to work with Biafra. This is why the world needs to work with Biafra. Because if Africa becomes Islamized, then to the world, I'm sorry, because all across the whole world, you've got Nigerians all across the whole world. Those they call Nigerians. If we get Islamized, then we have to carry out whatever they tell us. If it's for suicide bombing or whatever around the whole world, we'll have to do it because we've been Islamized. So Britain don't care about this, but America is understanding. So Trump is coming to drain the swamp, and by proxy, all the nonsense that Obama supported in Africa will be ousted and taken off. So as goes Biafra, so does the world. If Biafra is free and liberated, the world will be free and liberated. Let's continue.
Now, there's this story that came out, I think 2 days ago, that the chief of staff of Donald Trump, incoming president, Susie Wiles, that she worked for the Biafra movement as a lobbyist in Washington, D.C. Is that true?
Well, in 2019, I just joined the Biafra movement. So what I would say is that it is a good thing for the fact that we have somebody who already have idea and knowledge about the plight of the Biafra people. She may not be currently representing Biafra, but at least she have been educated, and she once, was in forefront of educating the policymakers in the United States. So it's a very good plus to the Biafra cause.
Yeah.
Stephen is ready.
Very good plus to the Biafra cause.
All right. So, but you don't know whether she's currently on your own group, whether you are paying.
It doesn't matter whether she is currently in the Biafra movement or not. She is now the chief of staff of the United States, and we must respect that particular office.
Yes.
And allow her to concentrate on the United States. The appointments they shall be given by the president-elect. So let us not drag her into the Biafra controversy and all that. So the point is that our firm have represented the Biafra movement in the past, in 2019, and my happiness is that she is well grounded on the issue of Biafra.
Yes.
That's enough.
Okay, good.
It's a win-win, my brother, with all due respect. It's a win-win. Can't you see all the puzzle? Can't you see all the puzzle? Can't you see the lost picture? Can't you see the bigger picture here? A woman who was part of us in 2019, a lobby in 2019, is now in Trump's government. It's a win-win. Nigeria is panicking. I told you, the Nigerian president must panic. Tinubu must panic. All the governors in that zoo, they must panic. The Fulani cabal, they are panicking because for the first time, all what we told them has come to pass. Today, Trump is now president, a man that the Nigerian government, they were laughing at. They sent money to the so-called campaign of Kamala Harris. We know about that. We know what they did for Kamala Harris, the Nigerian government. To Trump, I want you to know that Nigerian government were one of those who were trying to destroy and topple your election. They sent the ill-gotten money from oil. They stolen oil from Biafra land. They took the money and they paid to Kamala's campaign. But we thank God that today, their effort has gone in vain. Today, we now have you as the 47th president of America. And by God's grace, come what may, from the 2nd of December, as they say, one good turn deserves another. We've been there for you, Trump. From the beginning, we were there for you. And we thank you for assembling your teams with those people that have empathy, that understand the plight of Biafra. Thank you, Trump. We appreciate you. Let's continue.
Now, let's go straight to, okay, good. Yeah. Now, let's go straight to what is happening on December the 2nd. What are you planning to do?
Well, Dr. Rudolph, Biafra has come a very long way.
Tell him.
And everybody has their way of agitating and pushing the movement for the freedom of Biafra. You will agree with me that Nigeria is not working. Nigeria will never work.
Yes.
And so what we try to do is to bring alternative to our people. And it is the Biafra people first, before any other Nigerian. So we are moving Biafra people forward, securing their future. And the only way to do that is that we need a separate, independent state where we can govern ourselves the way we want. And where we can put a policy that will help our people to develop and compete among nations. So in Nigeria, that opportunity is not possible. In Nigeria, the innovativeness of the Biafra people and their career are getting killed by the Nigerian system. So we need a better system and a different system entirely that will allow our people to develop themselves and compete among nations. So what we're doing in Finland is a part of the generating a document, a legal document, which is going to be a base for the pursuit for the recognition of independent state of Biafra to be recognized as a sovereign state. So that's what we plan to do. And you know that we have been conducting self-referendum, which is still ongoing.
Yes.
It's going to end on the 28th of November. And this self-referendum, as of today, has recorded over 50 million votes. It is both online voting and physical voting. So, so far, from the record we have from the official that are responsible, we have, recorded over 50 million votes. So this vote now will be one of the legal ground to give the Biafra government in exile and the de facto government a mandate to restore the lost sovereign state of Biafra.
Yes.
Just like every other nation have done it in the past. For example, Lithuania and co have one time lost their sovereignty. So Biafra also lost their sovereignty to Nigeria state by force, by the barrels of the gun. So today we are here to restore it. And what is happening in Finland is not declaration of Biafra, but declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra.
Yes.
Biafra has been declared and recognized in 1967, and recognized by different countries. So that sovereignty were forcefully, lost, and Nigeria took it back. So we are here to restore it back because after that war, nothing has changed. Actually, the reason for the war has escalated, and the issue and the cases are completely different today. Worse than what it were before the war.
Okay. Referendum. You said the results are showing. What are the results? What are they showing? How many?
Like I said, it is not yet complete.
They've not opened the
but we know from the record that it is over 50 million.
People in Nigeria, how did they vote?
We have been posting the videos of the voting. One thing that people don't know is that, first of all, I would like to educate those who may have not paid attention because of propaganda of the Nigerian media and those pushing it. Biafra today has a de facto government.
Yes.
Functioning de facto government in the homeland. And in this de facto government, we have 40 United States of Biafra. In this 40 United States of Biafra, each state has 15 counties. In each county, you have 5 districts.
Listen.
In each state, we have 75 districts.
Listen.
And in this district, we have head of district. In these counties, we have head of county. And then we have, in this state, we have the administrator, which is equivalent to governor.
Yes.
So this is what a lot of people don't actually know. So when they see the result of our activities in Biafra land, they are surprised and shocked how Simon Ekpa is doing this from Finland, because we control the Biafra land from grassroots. So the government is already in the grassroots.
Yes.
So every community knows who is their county leader. Every county knows who is their county leader and who are the executive in the counties. And so with this particular structure, we are able to conduct this referendum, and people are fiscally voting. And of course, it may also shock you that the reason we have succeeded so far in the civil disobedience is also because of the structure, the strong grassroots structure that we have, which Nigeria, know, but of course they don't want to tell the other citizens who are available to understand why every effort to stop the sit at home has failed.
They won't.
They tell you it is because people are getting killed and stuff like that. It's a lie. It's because we have a very structure, from the grassroots.
All right, we are going to get into the sit at home and everything else, but explain this for me. Explain this for me. Let me understand. So the administrators in 40 states in Biafra land today.
Yes, there are 40 administrators. There are in each state. There are 15 county head. In each county, there are 5 district head, and there are other, the chain of leadership and all that from the state down to the district level.
Do these people interact with people? Do they know them?
Of course.
Oh my God!
They are completely in charge of Biafra land. That's what is going on.
So if I call Ebonyi State now, I can get the names of people.
You may not get the name of anybody in Ebonyi State. unless you are, into the struggle.
Okay.
You have to be into the struggle, Rudolph. If not, the Nigerian government and their military will go and take them out. You should, I mean, these are basic things you should understand by now. These are things you should know. Don't expect us to put their names, their address out. Then we have labored in vain, because the Nigerian government, the next day they see the names, they will go out there and take them out. It's not done that way. The main thing is you are seeing the videos of people that are voting. People queuing up and voting. That's how this thing works. Don't expect us to give you their names now, because Nigeria is not fair. Nigeria does not respect the rule of law. Nigeria, they believe in the barrel of the gun. That's how things are done in that zook, that shithole called Nigeria. They are not fair. So don't be in America in your high horse and you're expecting us to put the names, pictures, and addresses of these people in the public for the Nigerian military and their government to go out there and take them out. That question was not fair, but I understand you're just being a journalist and you're doing what you have to do. Let's continue.
Okay. So what about,
into the struggle?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about people who are not into the struggle? How did they vote?
Well, those who are not into the struggle are not necessarily going to vote. These are the people, the few percentage of the people making noise on social media. But those who are in the struggle are voting massively. If you look at the videos we are posted on social media, you will see crowd that will shock you. Yeah, even more organized and better organized than Nigeria election. You can agree with me if you have come across the videos. Yeah, but even more organized, better organized than Nigeria election. You can agree with me if you have come across the videos.
Yeah, but for you to now say that the Biafrans all voted and this is the percentage that supported it, wouldn't it be good that everybody had a chance?
Well, that is the point. We gave everybody the opportunity to vote. But at the same time, because this is a struggle and we are in a very fragile state, so we make it possible for people to vote online.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then in a struggle like this, you have to also be very security conscious, considering the fact that Nigeria is a terrorist state that kills people who agitate and who protest. So we don't want to endanger the life of our people, by trying to prove that everybody has to participate.
Exactly.
Everybody must not participate. Even in the Nigerian general election, not everybody voted, and somebody is still a president. So we don't need to prove, everybody that Biafra have participated. Those who believe in Biafra should participate, and they participated, and they are still participating because the vote is still ongoing to the 28th of November.
What about people abroad? You mean in New York here there are people?
Yes. Everybody is voting online. Those of Biafrans abroad are voting online. And
hold it there with all due respect. Just hold. I mean, what kind of question is this? Okay, let's continue.
We created a voting system using the Google platform.
Yes.
And you have a way of verifying that these people voting there.
Yes, we verify, and of course, like those who want to dispute, who want to argue, we give them opportunity to conduct their own referendum on behalf of Biafra people.
All right.
Exactly. Hold it there, please. I'm already vexed in this one. Everybody had the option to vote. Even me, myself, and I voted online. So don't come here and say, how come some people, you are stopping people from voting. Everybody who is a Biafran had the option to vote. There was the online voting that took place for over a month. People were voting online. And also, people had the privilege to vote in the land physically. You queuing up with your voter's card and doing your voting. You see, there's the problem with the people like Dr. Damages. I expect you to know all this. If you claim to be a Biafran, it means you should be a stakeholder of the events happening in Biafra land. Perhaps you know about it, but you're just doing your job as a journalist, asking those, pertinent questions. I get it. But with all due respect, you have to be a stakeholder, a critical stakeholder. When things like this are happening, keep your ears open. Keep your ears open. Observe. Go to the Twitter page of even our Prime Minister. You will see those things there. These questions you're asking, the answers are there, for crying out loud. everyone had the options to vote. People could vote online. So the naysayers who are saying, oh, they didn't vote. Yes, it's because you choose not to vote. You thought what we're doing was child's play until things started to manifest in the physical. Today, Trump is the president. Today, those that Trump are putting in his government are people who are aligned with the views of the Biafrans. And now you're wondering how come? How come? What's happening here? How come? How is this possible? Well, the chicken has come home to roost because we are telling you that this Biafra is coming this year. You guys don't understand. From the 2nd of December, God willing, will be the beginning of the rebirth of the nation known as Biafra. So to those out there still wondering what's going on, we've told you, Nigeria is a corrupt country. Nigeria is incredibly corrupt. A place where the wealth of the nation is being siphoned by tribalists, by cabals, by those who are stooges. And the people, the so-called citizens of Nigeria, they refuse to complain about it because of they believe in tribalism. As long as the president is from your tribe, it's okay. Let him steal from sun up to sundown. They don't care about it. As long as your uncle is the head of CBN, it's okay. That's the problem of Nigeria. They don't love themselves. I keep telling you guys. So, in fact, somebody was asking me that how come you Nigerians don't love yourself? And I laughed. A white man was asking me this. And I told him, Nigeria is a perfect example of a storm in a teacup. That it looks like, oh, there is problem. The next minute they say, oh, everything is fine. Do you know what's going on? Nigeria is like bringing together Russia, Germany, and Britain together as one country. Imagine having Russia, Germany, and Britain to be together, infused as one, as a country. And suddenly, the Russians were told they were born to rule. So when the president comes from Russia, those from England and Germany will be crying foul, but nobody cares. And then suddenly, the Germans now made a deal with Russia that, hey, we are happy to play a second fiddle. We are happy to work under you. Let's work hand in hand to punish the British. And since then, Russians now become the kingmakers in that country, while the Germans are happy to play the second role just to get some crumbs from the table of Russia. And now Britain is here crying, shouting that, oh, it's not fair, it's not fair. We want to leave, we want equality. But the other two countries within that country say no, everything is fine. That's a perfect example of what Britain did to us when they created Nigeria. Nigeria is a crime scene. Nigeria is a farce. Nigeria is a contraption where people don't love themselves. All the tribes don't love themselves because we're independent before the coming of Britain. Britain, they deliberately planted the seed of discord. And we thank God that this year will be the end of that nonsense. When I told this man this, when I explained to him how things are in Nigeria, he was blown away because he told me that, look, when I look at Nigeria, I only look at the color. I only see you guys are all black, so I assume you are one, you're together. I said, no, even the culture is different. Our way of life is different. Even the food we eat is different. The way we think is different. The way our perspective to life is different. The way we communicate is different. The way we interact with our God is different. Even our marriage ceremony is different. The guy was thrown away. I said, in America, you all know your American pie. American pie, if you go down to New York, it's the same pie. In California, it's the same pie, anywhere in America. But it is different in Nigeria because there is nothing called the Nigerian pie or Nigerian rice or Nigerian. No, because it is not, there is nothing called Nigeria. There is nothing Nigerianness in that thing called Nigeria. It was known as River Niger, the area of the Niger area, the area where the black men, they dwell. The strong black men behind the River Niger go towards those areas. During those days, their compass and their ship was all what they need. And the River Niger was more like a point of contact. When you are traveling and you're looking for the strong black men for slave, go towards the River Niger. And over time, we all know what Flora Shaw did and his so-called, husband, Lord Lugard. They coined Nigeria from Niger area, the area of the Niger, the area of the Negus, the N-word, the area where the N-word, they dwell. That was how Nigeria came until this day. Because there is no love in Nigeria, because there is no oneness in Nigeria, they all chose to keep that name one, Nigeria. It means nothing. There is no language called Nigeria. You cannot even explain the meaning of Nigeria. The word Nigeria is alien to all the tribes that are called Nigerians. So what's the meaning in the name of God do you mean by Nigeria? That's why we want out. Because we are tired of being used and abused and killed. We the Biafrans, we are tired. The Biafran man in our land have the oil. We have all the oil, but you can't even have a job in the oil company. You can't even feel the presence of the federal government of that zoo called Nigeria in Biafra land. So we are saying we want out. And we thank God our cries, our prayers have been heard. We have cried for far too long. We have cried for far too long. But today, our prayers has been heard. How wonderful that it's a white man in Trump that heard the prayers of the Biafrans. When they had Obama in office, that man was a criminal. He was an Islamist that destroyed Nigeria. He destroyed Nigeria. He was the one that imposed the Islamic Caliphate to be the one to become the president of Nigeria. He took away a Christian president from office, Barack Obama. Somebody we gave a nickname. We the Biafrans, when we saw him, we gave him a nickname. We called him Barack Obioma. We changed his name, Obama, to Obioma. Obioma in our language means a man with good heart. A person with a good heart. Because we assume, because of his humble background, we assume this man who had a humble background will be somebody that will do the right thing for us, the Biafrans. But no. How wrong were we? This same man was the person that connived with the Islamic Caliphate. And he said he believed something he heard about Nigeria, that to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. He forgot that keeping Nigeria one led to the death of 7 million people, 3 million children. He forgot that. And in his speech he said, there is a task he heard about, that to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. How dare he? We thank God today, in the name of Trump, a man who understands things. They call him crazy, they call him mad, but no, this man, everything he has said makes sense. When he's president, the issues about gender would be resolved. That madness about gender and all those stuff would be resolved. And when he's president, the Christians will be able to breathe again in Africa. When he's president, Biafra will once again regain her freedom. So today, I just want you all to know that I expected our brother here, Mr. Rudolph Okonkwo, aka Dr. Damages, I expected him to, to know more, to have more empathy for us, to know that this is something that he himself, this is my anger, because when Biafra comes, people are like this, they'll be the one to now have the lion's share. When Biafra comes now, you will see him. He will come to Biafra land, and people will be praising him. He will become, one of the head in the media or whatever. This is my anger in most cases. Men who are acting this way, they will be the ones, when they come, they will be having the fringe benefits. But it's okay. It's okay. At least he is doing a very good job as a journalist. He is highly respected, highly revered. I admire his work. But all we are saying is, show us the support. We need your platform. Rudolph, we need your platform. Support us with your platform. Don't believe in Nigeria. Don't believe because you are based in USA, you've made some money in dollars. You are looking at the exchange rate of dollars to naira, and you are seeing yourself as a multi-millionaire when you convert the money to the Nigerian currency. Take that off your mind. Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is a failed state. Take that thing off your mind. Nigeria is a crime scene. A country where everybody uses fake documents. From the president down to the gate man. It's a crime scene, my brother. Come off your high horse and support the movement. Support the movement now. Less than 1 month to go. Support us now. At least let your name be on record. That you were one of those that supported the movement. You supported your brother Simon Ekpa. Age-wise, you are older than Simon Ekpa, but look at what's the impact Simon Ekpa is doing. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. From me, from here, for now, I just want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours truly, Biafra, Superstars Media. God bless you.
I'm told that there's a saying in your country. To keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done.
Hold it there, Mr. Barry.
Freedom is not a gift from government. Freedom is a gift from God. Freedom is not a gift from government. Freedom is a gift from God. Freedom is not a gift from government. Freedom is a gift from God. Freedom is not a gift from government. Freedom is a gift from God.
Yeah, Biafra, Biafra. Yeah, Superstar Media. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. I wanna know. We're going back to the land. We're going back to the motherland. Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the land. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the land.